Hello, today we are going to learn how to make a timeline. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a line, a horizontal line across my page. And this is where I'm going to record my events. The next thing I need to do is figure out how many events I'm going to have on my timeline. And so for this one I'm going to keep it really simple for the sake of explanation and just have we'll say 4 events. And so I'm going to space out 4 lines, vertical lines across my timeline. The important thing about a timeline is that your events go from the earliest event to the latest event. In other words, they're in chronological order. And so the first date I'm going to have on my timeline is going to be the earliest date. For this timeline, the earliest date will be 1986. Then I'm going to go ahead and go above the timeline just because it'll help spread my information out. And then I'll put my next date. Notice 1992 comes after 1986. And then 2003, and I'll put my last date as 2006. So you can see my dates go from earliest to latest. The next thing I'm going to do is actually record my events. And so I'm going to just since I'm in Paint and I have these tools available to me, I'm going to use some circles for my events, and I want to make sure that all my circles are the same size. So I'm just going to select and copy my circles, and so that I can have 4 identical circles that are all the same. And so now that I have my 4 circles, you also want your timeline to be kind of creative and interesting to look at. So I'm going to go ahead and color these circles just so they're a little more interesting. And then I'll go ahead and type my events into those circles. So this first event, this timeline is actually about me, and so the first thing in my life, I don't like that color, the first thing in my life is that I was born. And I'm going to put where just to make it a little more interesting. Born in New Jersey. In 1992, I started first grade, and that's not going to fit in that circle. So we're going to make this work. Center it off. I started first grade. And then in 2003, I graduated high school. And 2006, married Brian. My husband married Brian. And I'll put that on the next line. Okay, so as you can see, these events on my timeline have gone from the earliest event to the latest event in chronological order. I could also make this more creative and add in some pictures, add in some more events if I want, but if I add in more, then I need to make sure that my events go from earliest to latest. Alright, hopefully now you understand how to make a timeline. Thank you so much.